We've done their 9 to 5 rallies, but now it's 6 o'clock.
Welcome to Zero Credibility. It's me and Justin. It's not really a big news week, so we decided to just talk about what's happening in pop culture and quickly touch on the results of the Australian election. So the Australian election, I think a big surprise for everyone. I thought it was going to be close, but I still thought Labour was going to clinch it. But the coalition managed to stay on for their third term in government. Scott Morrison clinched the win. So this is good for you. This is good for me as well. I mean, for my dad's business in Australia. So how are things looking? How are things looking in Australia? Or is it the same?
I don't know. I feel like public's like, but maybe it's because I'm a bit disconnected from it in the sense that I'm not so super politically engaged here.
Yep.
But I feel, obviously it was a surprise to a lot of people.
Yeah.
That the Libs won. And yeah, like I don't know, everything seems to have just gone back to normal now. Now there's a whole talk about the new leadership changes within Labour and who's going to be the new leader and all that sort of stuff. But it's just like whatever, man. All right, Labour lost, Libs won. It was Labour's election to lose according to all the exit polls and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's just whatever. We'll see what happens now.
So I think that's the talking point. Do you think that the way we look at polls, the way polls actually, how people fall, actually not polls, the way maybe it's the polls, but how people forecast, how these experts forecast election nowadays, do you think they're outdated?
I don't know. I don't know if they're outdated because I don't know the methodology. But I think that, I think it was just this week, The Age, as or rather all Fairfax media papers came out and said that they've ended their relationship with I think it's Ipsos, IPSOS, who conducted the pre-election polls. I think it was an op-ed. I think the op-ed said they had a contract with them that ran out on the 15th of May anyway, and they were going to reevaluate anyway. But at this time, they're not going to enter into a new agreement in the meantime because they question not the integrity, but I guess the strength or the value of these polls in properly informing the public. It's one of those things where like across the world, I think in the past few years, especially I guess the Trump election was the big one, where the results went against the polls. And I think a lot of people are questioning now, like these polls and how accurate they are, or whether the methodology using is right, or because the thing is, without being too, without understanding the methodology of every poll and how to do every poll so far, like. The best thing that I can think of is like, for example, like Nate Silver, right, at 538, I would imagine that the way what he does in order to evaluate polls and all that sort of stuff would be quite modern. Yeah. But he was wrong as well. Yeah. So I really have no idea.
So there was like, how always after these elections, if it's a big surprise, they always write an article of someone who got it right? You know what I mean? And so the one that came out was apparently a director of Griffith University. I think that's Griffith University in America, if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly double check. Basically, the professor, Bella Stantich, she works in the big data and smart analytics. No, it's a he, sorry. Surprisingly, it's a he. It's big data and smart analytics.
It's bigger, you shouldn't assume gender, man.
I'm sorry, man. This Bella, my bad. So, it's a public university in Australia, actually. So, the university predicted that Donald Trump was going to take United States presidency, and he predicted Brexit, the Brexit vote as well, during the vote a few years ago. So, the way he analyzes it is he goes through social media comments, like millions of social media comments a day, and like using key terms and he using this system, he predicted that these few votes and election things, right? So do you think that these current votes take into account social media activity or data? And do you think that it's a good place to look at this information?
See, again, I don't know, because I'm not gonna be so arrogant and say like I know how these polls are run. I know how all these polls are run. I know their methodology. I know what they do. The real answer is I don't know. Like, I don't know how they run their polls, right? I don't know how they get their results. And because polls come from not just one source, but many different sources, many different organizations run their own polls.
Yeah.
So I have no idea, right?
Right. True.
I would say that it does seem that because after the U.S. election as well, there are stories about people got it right by analyzing social media posts. So maybe social media does play a bigger factor that people thought, or social media engagement plays a bigger factor than maybe people previously thought, and maybe the polls, or a lot of the polls, have not been updated to reflect that. But again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know how the polls are conducted.
Do you think social media is an important tool for running for any of these government elections or ideas and so on that needs
definitely, because it provides immediate engagement, and it provides quote unquote more personal engagement. I think that's for sure. I think most people, I think the trend really started on Obama's election campaign.
Yeah,
where technology and media was seen as a very, very strong platform to appeal to, especially younger voters. But I think that has evolved, and it's evolved into, I think, a place where a lot of people feel that whereas previously it was more targeted towards younger, maybe more liberal-leaning voters. Like in fact, the influence is as strong, if not stronger, on older voters as well. How many times have you heard of the meme, of your grandma sharing stuff on Facebook about how the Muslims are implementing Sharia law or whatever.
Oh yeah, we all know, we all have that, that auntie or parent always sending shit out on WhatsApp. Yep.
So it definitely plays a big part. So yeah, I don't think there's any doubt in that by any government anymore.
Yeah. I think I'll leave like one more stat, then we can move on. So the signs that were brought up by this professor was that Scott Morrison had a Facebook page that attracted 25% more interaction than Bill Shorten's, and apparently even One Nation's leader outperformed Mr. Shorten's social media page. So I think it goes to show that I think there's a lot of these polls. I might be wrong, but it seems like a lot of these polls didn't seem to capture the amount of activity that were going online. Or maybe you could even argue that maybe even social media didn't capture some of the poll sentiment, which goes to show that maybe it's hard to how some people run for government and stuff, and when they're ruling a country, a lot of the time, a lot of criticism is like, oh, these people running government are disconnected, or Trump won because the current Democrat Party were they forgot about the disenfranchised South. And like when Trump won his election on his platform of trying to help the middle class, a lot of people didn't know till maybe when Donald Trump won, that there were a lot of people who are unhappy with the current government. So it shows you how tough it is to feel the energy of the streets, feel the energy of the people within your country. Even though
I agree. And also, for example, if polls are just being, the results of polls are just being done by, traditional phone calls and talking to people on the phone.
Yeah.
I feel maybe that method might be a bit outdated. But before everyone goes, I do want to say, right, polls are very, very, very rarely, in fact, probably never, or projections by people like Nate Silver or whatever, are very rarely going to say, this is 100% going to happen.
Yeah.
there's always a confidence interval, right? And there are chances that it's that we predict Hillary Clinton's going to win, and we are fairly certain, like we have 95% certainty or whatever, but there's still 5%. 5%. It means once every 20 times it's going to be wrong. So I'm not sure whether these past few elections across the world are just a case of variance against these polls, or if there's really an underlying methodology issue or data collection issue that is the problem.
Yeah, true.
But that's me being very uneducated about statistics and maths and all that sort of stuff.
It's zero cred, man. Like, you think I know shit about it? I don't even know how these polls are conducted. If you ask me about polls, I think
you don't even know how to use an apostrophe, so there you go.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm learning every day, man. We learn every day. Fuck it, let's move on. Let's move into something more exciting. All right, I'm gonna talk about what's happening in the Hollywood world and / comic book world as well. So they've announced a new Batman. Yes. And I don't think anyone would have predicted this. I could give you a pick of probably 20 male actors, and I bet you it would have not hit that any of those picks that you have picked to be Batman.
Has it been confirmed?
It's still rumored, but I think
so. Robert Pattinson, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I think it's around 99%. After watching a few Hollywood reporters and stuff talking about it, it's 99%.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm a Batman fan, so I'll go second. So what are your thoughts?
I'm pretty surprised that they'd go around Pattinson, but. And obviously the first reaction for majority of people is going to be like, what the hell, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. When they chose Ben Affleck, right? Yeah. When Ben Affleck was going to be, a lot of people were so what the hell?
Agreed.
So I don't know, man. I'm more neutral on all this movie stuff than most people are.
Okay.
So I'm just like, it could work. But again, I'll agree with you in the sense that if you were to ask me to guess who would be, I don't think he would be on my list. Yeah.
Okay. What if what if someone like Paul Rudd turns up as Batman? Would you believe it?
He is a superhero though, Paul Rudd.
He's he's a hero. A superhero is very different from a hero.
He has powers, which means he's a superhero.
Yeah, he doesn't really have powers. He uses a suit.
So Batman is not a superhero.
No, Batman's a superhero because he's greater than every.
But he uses a suit.
But he's greater than every human being in the world.
No, he's not. He's just a normal guy. His power is derived from his suit.
Not in my world, but okay.
But in the world of everyone else, that's true. That's the argument against Batman, right? When people had that hypothetical Batman is who would win. It's well, Batman only he's just a normal guy. It's just his suit and all his gadgetry and stuff. Yeah. Makes him a superhero, but he's just a normal guy. Okay, whereas Superman is an actual alien.
But you know what I mean? Ant-Man is not oh, this guy's gonna this guy is not gonna be top of your list to save you.
But he's a superhero.
Okay, whatever. But imagine, could you imagine? Okay, I'm just thinking because if they put Robert Pattinson, why don't they just fucking cast Paul Rudd or even Bill Hader? Why not?
Because Paul Rudd is already Ant-Man.
Does it mean you can't cast him in DC as well? Okay.
His contract with Marvel probably means that he can't be cast for DC.
Okay, let's just make it more fun. If you could put anyone actor, it could be for jokes. Who would you cast as Batman?
Honestly, I have no idea.
You can Donnie Yen if you want to. You just put anyone. Just I think I would see that. Even though no one watches it, but who do you want to see as Batman?
No idea. But aside from Batman, I gotta say that the whole James Bond, Idris Elba thing, I'm down with it.
Oh yeah, but that's not confirmed.
Because
Daniel Craig is coming back.
Yeah, Daniel Craig is coming back. But like, I'm down with like Idris Elba, James Bond. I could definitely see Idris Elba, James Bond.
Definitely. Do you think? Okay. Okay. Before like move, yeah. Okay. I think the Batman one we can can that. I'm still excited to watch it because Batman's my favorite hero, like superhero ever.
You mean hero?
Superhero. All right. Batman beats Superman, so he's a superhero. Okay. Anyways, back to James Bond, right? So yeah. Okay. Do you think they will replace the first sign of diversity in James Bond? Would it be first a black male or would it be a female? What do you think is more likely?
I mean, I don't know because I've only heard the Idris Elba thing. So yeah.
Because this Bond movie is going to be Bond 25. It marks the 25th Bond movie ever. So I think after that, it's definitely going to be a change.
Yeah, I mean, everyone thought it was going to be a change in this one, but Daniel Craig surprisingly
came back,
even though he said he hated being James Bond.
Yeah, no, because I don't think I think he feels like he's typecasted already. He can't be anyone else.
Yeah, but that's the thing but then you're James Bond, man. So
yeah, true.
You know, like it's better to be typecast as James Bond than be typecast as, freaking like whatever Michael Cera is.
No. Who's the guy in American Pie? Stifler.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, true.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, so but what do you think is more likely? Black male or female?
I would say black male, but because I think Idris Elba is a good choice. I haven't heard anything about any female potential James Bonds, but yeah.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I've already made the connection, between like, Idris Elba and James Bond. But if someone told me, Gal Gadot is going to be like female James Bond, maybe you could see it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Every year there's a lot of reboots, but apparently Avatar. Are you excited for Avatar 2? Do you even enjoy the first Avatar?
I thought it was alright.
I was like, meh. It was very pretty on screen and stuff, but I actually hated it.
I mean, I know a lot of people, want to be, cool and say, it's the biggest movie in the world, or I hate it, it was so bad, blah, 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 blah. It's like, get over yourselves, guys.
I don't want to be cool, but I'm just telling you, I didn't enjoy it. I think it was cool for what it is, being the first 3D movie and all, but man, they ripped me off, man. I paid 50 ringgit for a normal ticket, but it was the first time in 3D. That's why you had to pay 50 ringgit. So I felt robbed.
I don't think it was the first 3D movie though, was it?
It was the first.
Maybe it's the first massive blockbuster. That was
no. It was the first 3D movie.
I don't know about that, but all right, fine. We'll just say it is. Yeah.
Okay, fine. I don't want to search it up, but okay, I might be wrong, but okay. Okay, what was Star Wars? Are you a Star Wars fan?
Not really. I don't really get why people are so into Star Wars.
Okay, fuck. Anyways, but you're into Toy Story.
Yeah, because of the nostalgia factor.
Okay. Star Wars. Do you watch Star Wars 7?
Yeah.
What do you think of the new trilogy?
I mean, I guess it's fine. Because for me, Star Wars, people see new Star Wars movies as, it's a continuation of the story, or we get to know more characters, blah, blah, blah. For me, it's just another movie. It's just, I don't make, in my mind, I can't make the world and how it expands the world.
So you don't invest
because I don't follow it.
Invest that much.
Yeah, it's just another movie. I don't follow it.
Understood. You're like my dad, but a bit better because you like movies. But anyway,
I wouldn't say I like movies. I just watch them sometimes.
Yes, I think it's great. I think for me, I liked that they waited a long time to put in the latest trilogies, and I'm actually really keen. It's coming out on Christmas Day. There are a lot of geeky things that could happen. A lot of characters maybe from the old 19. Was it 80s or 70s when the movie first came out?
But do you actually know Star Wars?
Yeah, I know Star Wars. I know I've been like geeking out in terms of like what are the possible theories, because there was a laugh at the end, right? And that laugh was by General Palpatine from the previous Star Wars. And I was like doing some like blogs, forum searching. Apparently, the actor appeared at the Star Wars Con or Comic Con when they dropped the trailer to the fans. So it means they're tying in with like the old movies. So it's like a geeky moment, right? You know, like how when like something ties in with something like an old movie or something, people like get that nostalgia feeling. You know, it's like
no, I understand that. It's like Avengers, right?
Yeah, Avengers.
But the thing is, like, do you actually like know Star Wars? Like, I'm not like
I know every inch of Star Wars. Like I think I'm more well versed in Batman stuff. But like,
I mean, Batman's a pretty easy thing, man. Like Bruce Wayne's an orphan because his parents got killed by some guy when he was young, and now he wants to take revenge.
We've seen it like 10 times.
Man. Like, it's not very complicated.
We've seen it in like every form of like media possible. We've seen it in the cartoon form. We've seen it in movies, TV shows. We've seen it over and over again.
Yeah. Where Star Wars is a big, like whole universe, like about these stories between essentially these two warring factions, right?
Yeah. I used
but
to
then
play
there are these all these like side characters and all these different planets and all these different players.
I know it all, but like I know a bit about like Star Wars lore, because like we used to like buy comics and like read about it. So I mean,
but not all the comics are canon, right? And not all the games are canon, and not all the books are canon. So what is canon and what is not canon?
Yeah. So I mean, for this movie specifically, it's just focused on basically like, because the title is The Rise of Skywalker, right? So there are a lot of like theories floating around. Who's the Skywalker? Is Luke Skywalker going to come back, and so on. So, and these are the interesting things. But the interesting thing about this specific Star Wars is that they're tying in not only the first 3 episodes, but the middle 3 episodes as well. So it's I like it, and the good thing about this Star Wars is that they're trying to reinvent itself and try to make it more global. Whether that be the introduction of Asian characters, Donnie Yen was in one of the other spin-off of Star Wars movies, which is great. So it gives. I think Star Wars has always been ahead of its time in terms of like diversity and inclusivity. So it's just great. I'm just keen. The guy who acted as Lando, like the black guy in the first few Star Wars movies, he's coming back. So it's just like a great nostalgia feel type of thing. Me so excited.
No, okay. I mean, if you're excited for it, then that's fair enough.
Do you watch the second movie? Do you watch number 8?
I mean, I don't know what order all these things are in. Like, just tell me like who is. Was it the one with Rey? I like Rey. Rey is cool.
Yeah, then why don't you watch episode 1 of Rey, episode 2 of Rey, and this is the last episode of Rey, episode 3 of Rey.
Yeah, okay, then, I mean, that's fine. Like, Rey is cool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to sell it for you. I'm just trying to, like, build the hype for you and all the fans who are listening.
But like I said, for me, it's just another movie. I can't, it's not, it's just another movie.
Okay, I'm just trying to build excitement. All right, 6. What about Terminator? I know you're not a Terminator fan, but would you go watch it?
No, not really. I'm not really a Terminator fan.
Okay, but do you watch the first few Terminators? Do you watch 1 to 3 or 1 to 2?
I have, but not like it's not like it's not. I went to the cinema and watched it. It's like you watch it on TV when it was on or something.
No. You got that DVD 9.
Yeah.
You bought that. 3 movies in one. You bought the one where like there's like Terminator 1, 2, and 3 in one.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't. I watched it. I watched it last time, like the earlier ones, like Astro and stuff, when it was just on. There's nothing else. You don't really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
Not really a big Terminator fan. Although, good tangent. Wait, did you see Arnold get drop kicked?
Yes, I saw that.
That was nuts, man.
Yeah, and the guy was like, "I need help." He
said,
"Give
me a Lamborghini."
Yeah, I need a Lamborghini. Yeah, he said that. Yeah, I think he's a troll. I might be wrong, but it sounded like he was a troll.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like, he's either a troll or he's like, mentally not all there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's just like, it's just so random. It's so random. It's so random.
No. This is what he said. I remember he drop kicked him, and then Arnie thought he was just bumped into by someone. That's what he said.
Yeah. Did you see the side view? Because he barely moved.
Yeah, he's so fucking huge, And Arnie is so fucking funny because Arnie comes to Australia for Thomas Doherty's like fucking strength. Basically, the expo for all the bodybuilders and stuff, all the meatheads.
Like the Arnold conference or whatever.
Yeah, the
like,
Arnold Expo.
Arnold.
It's an expo. So he gets like people to lift like crazy ass weights, and every time when they're about to break a record, I shit you not, because I remember the first time I went to the expo once actually, and every time I just kept like trying to copy Arnie's accent because I fucking love it. So he actually came out. And when the guy was lifting, he was copying, like, do you watch Predator, the first Predator?
Oh, maybe. It must have been a long time ago. I can't remember.
How can you won't forget it. Where he goes like, come on, do it, kill me. Remember that?
No.
Okay, but he came out and he was like trying to, hype out the guy lifting. And he said it exactly like in Terminator, in Predator. And it was just mind-blowing. It was like a mind-blowing experience. Anyways, okay, yeah, but for me as a Terminator fan, I hope they finally. I'm sorry. I think Arnie, you should really stop, and they should really put a bud in Terminator. Like, can they fucking like stop Skynet for once?
Why? But why?
So don't you think things get milked up too much sometimes, and you just want it to die? Like you want it to end? Like Game of Thrones.
Wait, hold on. You're complaining about like a franchise that makes money getting milked. And then before this, you told me about how you can't wait to throw your money at Star Wars.
No, but Star Wars is like a whole different, story. But Terminator is still like the same, right? Like, maybe this is inconsistent there. But I think Terminator has run its course in my mind. But I'll still go watch it. I'm not complaining.
So that's all that matters, right? You still go watch it. They're still making money. So they don't care what you like.
So all the fans, okay. Let me sell it to the fans. This is where I input my knowledge, right? To all the fans, the original Sarah Connor actress is returning, and she's gonna appear in it, which is sick. So go watch it. Arnie's gonna be in it as well. I don't know what role he's gonna play. He's obviously gonna be a robot, but boom, go watch it. I can't wait.
I thought you just said you didn't.
No,
what?
I think this should be the last one. No. I'm thinking. No, what I'm trying to say is like, can they end it after this already? Like, I'm running out of love of it. I'll still drag myself to watch it, but I'm just not super excited to watch it. And when that happens,
You just said you're so excited.
Okay, no. I'm excited, but I'm not like, oh, they should make some more. I'm excited to see it because they got the old actress back. But please put an end to it. James Cameron is executive producer for this one, so I'm hoping to see a lot of crazy ass explosions and stuff, and hopefully a good story.
Okay.
You should go watch. You should watch. I think you should go watch it. The fact that they're putting
I don't know if I should watch it because like based on your thing, I don't know whether I should be excited or not excited. I don't know whether it's a great continuation of the story or if it's too much. I don't know whether they should make another one or this should be the last one. I'm really confused.
To make it clear is that after the second movie, Judgment Day, which was Judgment Day, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, that movie is one of the most critically acclaimed sequel to a series throughout movie history. So the third, fourth, fifth, even though it wasn't like well received by the audience, a lot of hardcore fans still like it. Like I'm my hardcore fan. I'm an okay fan. I still watched all of them because I just like the story, anyways. But after the last one they had with Emilia Clarke, I was like, come on, man! Like you guys are running out of ideas. You guys are doing the same shit again. Robots going back in time, trying to kill someone so they don't have a resistance in the future. And I think this is going to be the same. But the only reason of excitement I have is because they got their old actors back. Not only they got Arnie, but they got the old badass Sarah Connor back. That's why I want to watch it. But I feel that, okay, this is the perfect time to end the series, in my personal opinion. I hope that's loud and clear. And the director directing it is the guy who directed Deadpool, Tim Miller, the first Deadpool movie. So I hope there are like some good funny one-liners by Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, Arnie. Okay, you have to admit Arnie is the best actor for them one-liners.
Yeah, sure.
Do you remember his lines for Batman? Batman Forever? No, is it? Yeah, Batman Forever.
I mean, I know he was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. Okay, let's move on. Last one. Do you like? I like how every topic I start off with "Do you like?" But do you like movies where it's just one guy killing a billion people?
I mean, all right, I'm not gonna spoil it. You can go.
But do you? I'm asking yes or no.
I mean, it depends.
Well, it depends on what.
If the movie's good.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie.
What movie are you talking about, Peter? What movie are you talking about?
It's none other than my man. It's our man, Keanu Reeves. His new action blockbuster series, John Wick. His new character, and I think.
Wait, what new character? Is John Wick new? He's been around for ages, right?
He's been around for a few years, but it's kind of.
Are you a John Wick fan?
I am a huge John Wick fan.
What's John Wick's real name?
Oh fuck! Oh shit!
Wow, for someone who's a huge fan, it's very surprising that you don't know this.
It's some Russian or Belarusian name or something.
But you're a huge fan.
Wait, but how do you know John Wick has a real name?
That's why I don't even watch any John Wick movies. Yeah, I know this.
Wait, no.
I mean, I don't know his names. I know I think the last name I think I know it. But but you're a huge fan, Peter.
How do you know it?
I mean, I don't know. I just came across it the other day. I think someone shared it on Instagram or Facebook or something. I don't know. Can't remember.
That's bullshit. You watched it.
No, I didn't.
Okay, fine. It was only revealed in this movie.
But you're a huge fan though, so you should know it, right?
Oh my god. Okay,
and you watched the movie as well.
Yes, and I want to watch it again. But it's really, really good. It got 4 out of 4 by Roger Ebert, who's the internet probably most respected movie critic. I think it's great, and it's okay, in the 3 movies, he has committed more murders compared to all of Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees movies, which is The Nightmare on Elm Street and what's the other one? Halloween. All 23 movies combined, he has murdered more people.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I think it's great. Have you
finished Googling his name yet? Or
no, I'm not Googling his name. Sorry. Someone just messaged me on the phone.
So, sure.
I swear to God, I don't know his name. I don't know his name.
But you're a huge fan.
Yeah. Okay, I'll figure it out later. I freaking love it. I think it's a great Keanu Reeves character. I think this is what will be one of his defining roles in terms of Keanu Reeves' legacy, next to Neo, the guy in Speed, Point Break, and so on. So I think
Keanu Reeves is already known as John Wick before this movie.
Yeah, I know, but it will stand next to all his other roles, whether it be Neo, Point Break. It goes to show that Keanu Reeves.
But even without this John Wick 3, you don't think that people would think of John Wick as a Keanu Reeves character?
They will, but I'm just trying to say it will stand highly with all the other iconic characters he has played. John Constantine. He recently said in a recent interview he wants to reprise his role as John Constantine, and I hope someone decides to take up the script and write it.
That's interesting. What's John Constantine's real name?
John Constantine? Wait, give me 2 seconds. Someone's at the door. 2 seconds.
Bullshit. He's Googling it. He's Googling John Wick's real name.
Sorry, I got a parcel. But John Constantine's real name is John Constantine. I'm not Googling it. I know it because I read the comics.
All right. No, that's fine.
I feel like you don't know what you're doing.
To be honest, I don't know if that's right or not. I assume it's correct.
You're psyching me out. You're psyching me out right now.
So Peter, what's John Wick's real name?
I don't know. It's some Belarusian name. And I bet you don't even know his real name. You're just fucking with me and you just got me.
I know he's got a real name.
But you don't know it.
I don't know it, but I don't claim to be a fan. In fact, I told you I haven't watched any of the John Wicks.
Because if you knew it, no way you didn't watch it. Because his name is like a real long ass Russian ass name.
It's not. I think. All right, I'll tell you what. I think you can Google it now. I think the last name is like Jovanovic or something like that.
Yes. It's Jovanovic. Yeah, something like that.
And the first name is something I can't remember what it was.
It begins with J or something.
Yeah, it begins with J.
Wicks. I can't believe you knew it. And what's his name? Damn it. Fuck it. Okay, like whatever.
I'm not a fan. I wouldn't even call myself a small fan. Like I'm not a fan.
Go watch it.
Maybe if I watch it once, then I'll be a big fan, right? As big a fan as you are.
No, you go watch it. The third one, it just gets better. It just gets like it escalates so big. It escalates so quickly in terms of like from the first movie with a budget of like I think was it $4 million, and then the next movie the budget like almost doubles, and the third one it didn't increase by much, yet it felt like a huge step up in like what in the movie. So it's really good. You have to. I strongly recommend it. I think it's the best action movie of this year. It's better than all Game of Thrones in terms of action scenes, and I think the action scenes are better than Avengers as well. Endgame.
All right.
I think that's it. But yes, I hope I sold it to all the zero credibility faithful on all these movies that I'm excited for, and I hope all of you go see them too. And hopefully, I can get some people who are interested to come on to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I'm not a big fan of any of those movies.
No, it's okay. But like, are you excited to watch any movies that are coming out? Are you into like anything?
So I think. So there was this story right a couple of weeks ago about how like I think it was Disney. Disney put out their roadmap for movies that are going to come out for the next like 10 years or something like that.
Did they?
And every single movie was
a reboot of a cartoon.
Was either part of like the Marvel universe, like a sequel or whatever, or it was a reboot, or it was or it was a sequel.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were pretty like
what the fuck, man?
Yeah, like all movies now, all big blockbuster movies now, they're just like sequels. Like there's no like new IP coming out. Yeah,
because like if you think about it in the superhero movies, like they're producing movies, they're trying to produce movies for new characters, but you can only produce so many characters like every year, right? You're running out of characters. I don't think they're running out of characters, because then you get like, man, you're getting like all these like random movies about honestly superheroes that people don't care about. You think anyone gives a shit about Ant-Man? No one gives a shit about Ant-Man, man. Oh, that's what I'm trying to say. They're running out of like characters that can give you that nostalgia feeling.
Like no one gives a shit about like Bucky, you know, like. Yeah,
true. No one gives a shit about Bucky. No one gives a shit about like Ant-Man. Like yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, no one cares about these things except the comic book faithful. And, the comic book faithful obviously swarm around a specific set amount of characters. Yeah, there's some, like, careless-fair, like, extra characters. But, like, the way your money maker is the people who aren't real fans, right? The people who go watch it because of the hype.
But what I'm trying to say is that all these, like, big blockbuster movies all these are like, honestly, like, and I've said it before, I don't really like superhero movies. I think they're really boring, right? Because it's just like, what's gonna happen in the end. Like, it's just the same story.
Yep.
Right. So it's like, it's a bit sort of like, like, okay, so the big blockbuster moving forward to is like, all right, there's gonna be like 10 new Star Wars movies in the next 10 years. All right, whatever. There's gonna be like 15 new Marvel movies, okay, like, and these are all going to be massive blockbuster movies with like, millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in budget. And yeah, like, but where's like, your
new original content?
Yeah,
true. Yeah, like I'm looking at the thing now. Jungle Cruise is new. Like, that's one. What does it do? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. I'm looking at it. There's a few. There's like out of all the new movies coming out, there's like three in the next 5 years, 2019 to 2023. There's only like, three or four out of coming out in the next 5 years. So I can understand where people are going like,
I'm sure at some point people will get really jaded, right, and really tired and bored of this shit, right?
yeah. So what do you think? What are the implications on the Disney streaming service then, or the Disney brand?
It's no implications. They're gonna make a shitload of money.
They're still gonna make, yeah, okay, yeah. Then I think then it's all good. Then
Yeah, but I mean, I'm speaking from my perspective. Like, all these movies that come out, like, you're talking about like on this episode alone, we talk about Star Wars, which is established franchise. Talk about John Wick, established franchise. Talk about James Bond.
John Wick is new. John Wick was within the last 5 years. So
we're talking about James Bond, established franchise. Talk about
Ant-Man?
Avengers, established franchise. Ant-Man, established, like, all this Marvel shit.
Yeah.
Like, name me one new movie, man.
One new series. Yeah, no, it's very little. But you think about it, right? It's so hard to create a new idea that will entice the fans to give you money to create a universe.
No,
right?
of course that's true. Of course that is, without a doubt, that is true. But like, I just want something that's not Star Wars, or that's not Avengers. Something like interesting.
Bro, I already gave you one. John Wick.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, okay, maybe John Wick, but we know you're a big fan, so you're biased.
You can't be a fan because I'm a fan. That's the hater shit, man.
I mean, no, we know you're a big fan, so you're biased, right?
Yeah. I still.
You're a big fan. You're a big fan that knows his name, that knows his real name. Like, not everyone, only big fans know that. So yeah.
Hey, go watch it. Maybe you'll be a bigger fan because you will know the name. But yeah, I'm not gonna go search it. Fuck it. But yeah.
Even though you searched it already.
No, I haven't searched it.
You just said the name.
I tried to, but I found the wrong link. It didn't show it. I don't know the name.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wait till it's fully able to stream on like Netflix or some legal streaming site. So I'll just wait for that.
Okay.
But yes, super keen. Should go watch it. It's if you want to just see it, one man killing a lot of other men because they killed his dog and he killed them in many creative ways. You should go watch it.
Okay.
It's really cool. And I think you wouldn't like it for the action, but you'll like it for the universe that they create, in my opinion. But I might be wrong. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe. To be fair, right, I don't really I find like I'm not super into movies where, like, they create this universe or what. Like, I find it's not really
realism.
Sorry?
You like realism?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so.
Fair enough. Okay, this is before we close out, this is just a side. I don't know whether I should be talking about it on the podcast. Anyways, all right. Thanks, Zero Credibility. Thanks to all the fans who are listening. Thanks, Justin, for joining me. I'll see you next week, man.
All right.
All right, thanks. Bye.